Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in my previous video we have completed the Java strings and inbuilt methods, and we have seen the Java operators, and even we have seen the data types, variables, and how to take input from the users in the end videos. So you can access the playlist here. The link has been provided in the description, and I have been provided you guys the free notes. Even this also you can access it. So let's move on to the next topic. So I'll open the Eclipse over here. So I'll just close all the files from the right hand side. I'll just going to create one new Java file. So I'll just click onto the new class. So I'll just give the file name as Java 07. Okay, then I'm going to click on to the public static void main and just finish it off over here. So this is the one thing we have been seen easily till now. So next we'll move on to the concepts of Ifelse statements. Then we'll be seeing for loops, then we'll be seeing do while loops. We'll see what is break, what is the switch statement in this video. So let's see what is the Ifelse statement. So Ifelse statement is something, we can see the diagram over here. So basically when our program starts, so we will be giving one particular conditions, so that whether the particular condition is satisfied or not. So suppose if I give the condition 10 is greater than 5, that particular condition is true because 10 is more than 5, right? So if I just check that particular condition, then it is a true condition. Then whatever the code is written inside the if block, that is going to get executed. So if the condition is false, suppose 5 is greater than 10, so 5 is lesser than 10, but if I give the expression as 5 is greater than 10, then the particular condition is false. Then it is going to go to the else block, and the particular else block code is going to get executed. So that is how you can just create it. Okay, so let's move on to the coding part, like see how this is going to work, the particular if condition. So I'm just going to create one condition. I'll just give the if. So here if I just tell something, like I'll just create one variable. So I'll just tell int a is equal to 10, and so int a is equal to 10 and int b is equal to 20. So I'm just giving two variables, int a and b. So I'm just checking one condition, whether a is greater than b. Okay, if a is greater than b, I want to just print something like, I'll just tell a is greater than b. So I'll just use this condition. Okay, if condition, just I'm teaching you about it condition. So if I run the program, so you can see I'm not having any output because 10 is not greater than 20. It is returning false. So based on the true values, if or else is going to get evaluated. So if the condition is true, then only the particular block is going to get executed, else it is not going to get executed. So same way, if I just tell a is less than b, if I save the program and run it, so you can see a is greater than b. So this block is getting evaluated. So if there is a condition, I want something, if the condition is returning false, then I need to go to the else part and I need to print it. So at that condition, at that point, we are having the concepts of else statement, that is if else statement. So I'll just tell else. So I'm inside the else part now. If I just tell so, I'll just tell b is greater than a. So I'll just save it now. So if the a is greater than b, it will return a is greater than b, else it will tell b is greater than a. So now b is greater than a in this condition, 20 is greater than 10. So it is going into the else part, and that particular part is going to get evaluated. You can see the b is greater than a. So this is how the if else conditions works. So now if I just tell something, even we can evaluate with the boolean values, even you can use any comparison operators. So basically, if is inside the if, you need to give one particular expression. So it might be using logical operations, or it might be anything. So I can give in this sense also, a is greater than b, and operation I am going to use here, and even b is lesser than a. Okay, so I need to use ampersand. So I need to use ampersand. So you can see b is lesser than a. So what happens, a is greater than b, 10 is greater than b, even this is also false. B is less than a, 20 is less than a, even this is also false. False and false is false. So this I have taught you in the second video, that is operators in Java. You can kindly watch for understanding the AND operation. If both the conditions are false, it is returning false, then this particular expression is not getting evaluated. It is going to the else part. Even if I run the program, even you can see b is greater than a. This is the condition it is going to evaluate. Same way, if I just change it to less than, and here if I just change it to greater than, which a is less than b true, and b is greater than a, even this is also true. True and true is true. So if I run the program, you can see a is greater than b. This is the condition it is going to get evaluated. Okay, so this is how we can just evaluate the if else block. So next we'll solve with the next problem. So if I just come back here in the code, so relational operators we saw in Java, basically double equals, greater than, greater, less than or equal, not equals to, less than, we have used it. Okay, so basically whenever I use equals, it is used to assign the particular values to a variable. Whenever I am using double equals, and it is used for the equality check, that means checking the two particular variables. So next, coming back to the logical and AND operation, also I have taught you in the second video. So now let's move on to the switch conditions in Java. So switch case is used when we have to make a choices between the number and alternatives for a given variable. So whenever we want to make any choice, so if you are having 5 choices, if I want to make any choice, so at that time we can just use the switch statement, and variable can be integer, character, or a string. So it can be an integer or a character or a string. So even it can be a integer, that is a number values, character values, and a string values. So whatever the variable which we are going to do the choices. So every switch case must contain a default case. So every switch conditions must contain default case. That means if any of the case is not evaluated to for true, then default case is going to get executed. Okay, so never forget to include the break statement after every switch case. So that means we have case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, like that. So if the case 2 is true, so I need to execute the case 2 statement, then I need to put a break over there. So that means after executing that particular statement, just put a break, then you will come out of from the switch statement. If you are failing to do that thing, all the expression, all the cases is going to get evaluated. Okay, so this is the one thing we have to make sure that. Okay, so the structure is something like this. So you can see it is not visible, so that's fine, no problem. So let's move on to the coding part. So coming back to the coding point of thing, so here I'm just going to comment out this much code. I'm just going to comment out the code from here to here. Okay, so I'm just comment out this much line of code. So next, coming back, so next I need to let's write one particular program. So let's import the scanner first. So I'm just going to import, the java.util.star. so star means it will import all the packages from the util. Okay, even it has scanner. So I'm just going to create one scanner sc is equal to new scanner, that is going to take the system.in as an input. So then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to say some like welcome to the lottery withdrawal program. I'll just write one lottery program. So whoever gets the lottery, suppose if the number matches, the person is been winning the particular lottery. So I'll just tell welcome to the lottery withdraw. Okay, withdraw, something like this. Then I'm just saying yes by ho. So I'll just say any person to just enter any of the lucky number. I'll just tell enter the lucky number. Okay, enter the lucky number between 1 to 5. So there will be he need to choose between 1 to 5 itself. Okay, he cannot exceed from 1 to 5. So if he chooses 1, what should happen? If we choose 2, what should get executed? Like this we can print it. So based on the lucky number we are going to evaluate it. So I'll just tell here, I'll just save the particular number here. I'll just tell int, I'll just tell whatever the number he is giving is equal to sc dot next of int. So I'm just storing the number into the number. So now I'm using the switch condition. I'm using the switch condition, which is going to take a number as an input, which is going to take this number as an input. So after taking, so I'll just enter like this. So switch and the number variable I am just passing. So as I said, it might be a number, it might be a variable, or it might be any string, or it might be any floating point value as well. So we can have anything as per the notes I have written. So now suppose if the number the person is entered as 1, so what should happen? If the number entered 2, what should happen? Like that. So now Suppose you have entered, so I'll just give the case. So suppose you have entered the number that is 1. Suppose you have entered this one 1. Okay, this is the one condition, case 1. So 1 is nothing but the value, whatever the value is passed. Suppose if this matches to this case, what should happen? I'll just tell SYSO, I'll just tell better luck next time. Okay, so it should print this one and it should break. Okay, it should break the condition, it should break the particular loop, it should break this particular condition. Okay, so this is break. So even you can use break statement in any of the if else conditions as well. Okay, so you can just match and even you can just break the loops as well. Break means it is going to stop the entire which condition. If you are using break in the if condition, it is going to stop the if condition. If you are using for loop in the for loop, it is going to stop the for loop condition, like that. Okay, so same way I am going to click on to the 3 more cases, so sorry 5 more cases. I am just going to paste it, paste and paste and paste. Okay, so we are having 5 cases now. I have 2 and here I am going to give it as 3 and here I am going to give it as 5 and here I am going to give it as 4. So if he entered 2, I'll just tell something like, if he is entering the one, I'll just tell you have owned the particular car. He has owned the car. Here I'll just tell own fridge, FRIDG fridge, and if he is enter 4, even it is best luck next time. And if he is enter 5, I'll just tell own a bike. Okay, so this is the 5 cases I'm just checking. So if the person is entering 1 to 5 value based on the expression, based on the value he has been added, so that particular case is going to get executed. So then I need to have a default case as well. I'll just tell DEFAULT default case as I has been said. So default is SYSO, so it is going to print the I am a default case. So default case something like it is going to print I am a default case, that's it. Okay, so then I'm just going to close the scanner. So this is how the program is there. So let's try this running it. So I'll just tell, you can see enter the lucky number between 1 to 5. I'll just give it as 4. You can see it, whenever I enter 4, it is giving me better luck next time. So even if I run the program, if I just give 2, you can see it is returning me on the particular car. If I run the program, if I give the number which is not present, you can see I am a default case. So if it is going to run the default case if the any of the cases is not getting matched. Okay, so this is how about the if else condition is going to work. Sorry, the if else condition and a switch condition is going to work. So next, coming back to the for loop. So let's move on to the for loop concepts. So what is for loop? For loop in Java is used to iterate a block of code multiple times. So suppose if I say you to print 1 to 100, you will won't print like system.out.println 1 2 3 like that. You are not going to do it. You are going to do it professionally by using a for loops concept. That is like a particular block is going to execute n number of time until the expression is getting false. So for loop in Java is used to iterate the particular code. Use for loops only when extraction of the exact number of iteration needed is already known to you. Suppose if I know, so this is like, suppose I know, suppose if I give a for loop, I want to just print the odd number from 1 to 10. So that I know already what should be get printed. That means exact number of iterations, I know how much it is going to take it. Then I need to pass it to the for loop. Here we need to initialize the value first, then check the boolean expression. It is going to check the boolean expression. If the condition is true, then it is going to go inside the for loop and it is going to print it, and after printing it, it is going to update the initial value. So like how means, so if I just show you this example, so you can see we have a start condition, so start for loop starts from here. It is going to initialize the expression. Suppose int I is equal to 0 I have given. Okay, initializing the expression. So here I am just checking the particular condition. What is the condition? I is less than 10. Yeah, 0 is lesser than 10. Then evaluating the for loop, whatever in the for loop code is there, that is going to get executed. Then updating the expression. Then I am going to updating the expression. As you can see, it is going back to the initialization. So first I is equal to 0 was there. Update means it is going to update with 1 or minus whatever I have added into the for loop. So let's see with a better example. So I'm going to create a Java file, new file. I'm just going to create the Java file. I'll just name it as Java 08. Okay, then just click on the and it's going to evaluate the expression. So now coming back to the add, so let's try to print few of the numbers. So I'll just click, I want to print something like I'm just going to evaluate for loop. For I need to give the keyword that is for. So I'll just tell int I is equal to, I'll just tell I is equal to 10. I am initializing the variable here. You can see I have initialized the variable. So next I need to give the expression. I'll tell I should be not equal to 0. So whatever the value is there, that should be not equal to 0. Until that you have to evaluate the for loop. Next, so last condition, what is that? I'm going to decrement now. So I minus minus is, it is going to decrement. First 10 it is going to take. Then if it evaluates with this, what? 10 is not equal to 0, that is true. Then it will go to the for loop. Whatever the code I will be executed, I'll just print it like it. I'll just tell so. I'm going to do like, I'm just going to print I here. I'm just going to print I. So if you are not writing the parenthesis, whatever the braces, even that works now in the latest Java versions. So you can see it will just going to print 10. Then 10 minus minus, that means 9. So again I value becomes to 9. 9 is not equal to 0. 9 is going to print. Again it is going to decrement that to 9 minus minus 8. 8 is equal, no, I value becomes 8. 8 is not equal to 0, that is also true. 8 is going to print, then again it is going to decrement to 7. So like this it keeps on going. When I value becomes 0, so 0 is not equal to 0, this condition is false. So when the conditions become, when our expression the conditions become false, then it is going to terminate the for loop. So if I run the program, you can see first I am going to print 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is how the for loops works. Okay, so even we can see with the another example. I'll just tell again for loop. I'll just tell int j is equal to 0. Okay, start with 0. I'll just tell j should be lesser than equal to 100. I want to print 100 value, then I want to increment it. I'll just tell j plus plus. Okay, so now I'm just going to print so. I'm just going to print the value of j. So j is nothing but, it is first going to print j value, then j is less than or equal to 100. Yes, I is 0 is less than or equal to 100. 0 is going to print 1, 2, 3, 4 like that till 100 it is going to print. When j value becomes 101, 101 is lesser than or equal to 100. No, it is false. Then our for loop is going to terminate. If I run the program, you can see it is going to print from the value from 100. So it is going to print till like this. Okay, so same way I can do a number of things. Same way I can apply the break here. I can just say here in expression, I can just tell if our j value becomes to, if my j value becomes to 50, if the j value becomes 50, I want to break the for loop. I want to break the for loop. So I want to break the for loop. I'll just tell if j value becomes to 50, I want to break the particular for loop. So what is this j? So it is if j is equal to 50, so I'll just tell j equals to 50. Why it is not? It is giving me the error. What is the error? It is telling j cannot be resolved the variable. So basically I'll just give the parenthesis here. Okay, so then it is not going to mismatch it. Now you can see it is working. So let's run this. So you can see when the j value becomes 50, when till 50 it is going, when it sees 50, it is going to break the particular for loop. So like this we can use the break condition. Even we can use the if condition inside the for loop like this. Okay, so like this the for loops works. I'll just comment out this line of codes. So I have to give you the codes. I'm just commenting. So like this. So now let's see about the next set. Let's see with the while loops. So what is while loop is going to do? So I'm getting an error 2. So what is the error here? It's starting 1 and it is closing. It is fine, right? So why it is giving me the error? Let me run the program. Okay, so it is giving me the red color symbol. What is this red? Fine, let's see what is the later. So coming back here, okay, so let's come back to the next topic. So that is do while statement. So while loop. So while loop in Java is used when we use to execute a block of code again and again based on given with the Boolean condition. Same way while loop works with the condition expression. If the expression is true, then it is while loop code is going to get executed. It is keep on going to get executed until the expression, whatever the condition, doesn't become false. If the expression become false, then loops gets terminated. Very simple. So whenever it is true, it is going inside the while loop, going to get executed. When it is false, it is going to just terminate the entire loop. So let's see that thing inside now. So let's see that here. So I'll just tell while. So I'll just use the while condition here. I'll just tell while true. I'll just tell while true. If it is true, I want to print. I'll just tell while loop. I want to just print like this. So I want to just give it a small letter. While true, I want to just print like this. So now if I run the program, so you can see it is going to keep on. It is, you can see, keep on, our while loop is getting running. So it is going to what you can say, stuck your program. So I'll just stop the loop here. Why? Because the condition is only not getting false, then my while loop is not going to get terminated. So I want to do in that particular fashion. So I'll just tell one condition. I'll just tell int I is equal to 1. Okay, I'll just tell if, I'll just tell while I value becomes, while I value is lesser than 50 or 30, when I value becomes 30, when I value becomes 30, if the I value becomes 30, the sorry, I is lesser than 30, yes, 1 is less than 30, that is true, then I want to just print, I'll just tell I want to print the value of I. Then I want to increment the value. I'll just tell I plus plus. Okay, I plus plus means I value is getting to incremented. Now if I run the program, you can see it is going till it is starting from the 1 and it is going till 29. So when I value becomes 30, so 30 is lesser than 30, it is false, then my while loop is getting terminated. When my while loop is getting terminated, even you can use if condition into a while loop as well. Okay, so like this we can use it. So now this is a simple example for a while loop. Then you can try with any other examples as well. So we are having do while as well. So what is do? Do while loop is similar to while loop except for the fact that it is guaranteed to execute at least once. So do while loop is at least once it is going to get executed. Use a do while loop when exact number of iteration is unknown, but you need to execute a code but block at least once. So suppose if you don't know how many times the iteration, how many times the loops is going to work, at that time I can choose do while loop, but at least once it should get executed. So after executing a part of program for once, the rest of the code gets executed based on the given boolean value. So let's see how it works. So you can see code inside the body loop. Whenever it start, it will just go to the body loop. Whenever condition, so whatever the condition is true, if the condition is true, the code is going to get executed. If the condition is false, it is going to stop the particular loop. So coming back here, let's see the do while loop. Now I'll just comment out this. Okay, so now I have commented the code. So let's do with the do while loop. So I'll use do. So I'll just use the syntax as do. So first I am going to initialize some variable. I'll just initialize some value b is equal to 20. I want to initialize with the do. So I want to do something first. First do this, then go to the while loop. I'll just tell do. I'll just tell so. I want to do this particular thing. I want to do something like I want to print the value of b. Then I want to increment the value of b. So then after doing this, I want to check the while. I'll just tell while now. So I'm going here. First do this thing, then go to the while. So then here I am going to write the particular condition. If the b is less than 10, I'm just giving one condition. So I'm just giving this b is less than 10. So what happens here is first b is assigned to 0, whatever I have assigned. It is just going to print the value of b. Okay, then it is going to increment to b. So it is 21, it is going to get incremented. So let's see if I run the program. So you can see 20 is going to get executed. It is just checking this condition. B is less than 10. Yeah. Sorry, B is lesser than 10. This condition is false. While this condition is false, so the do while is getting terminated. If this condition was true, so you can see the number it is keep on, it is going to print it. I'll just stop the loop here. So you can see very fractions of second, very quickly the things happened here. So you can see it started with some number and it is going to increment 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is keep on, it is printing it. So do while. First it do, then do the increment, then check the condition. Again do, check the condition, do, check the condition. Like this the things is been going to happen. I'll just click onto the lesser than symbol itself. So it is want to print only once. So now let's see with the another thing. I'll just see with the another example. So I'll just check this with example. So I'm just copy pasting here. So I'll just run. So what is this condition? I'm just telling int c is equal to 1. I want to print the value of c. I want to increment it. Then I'm checking whether c is lesser than or equal to 55. Yes. Again print. Again check till until it becomes 55. I want to print it. So you can see until it becomes the value of 55. It is going to print. Where is it? Okay. So let's save this program. I will run the program. So you can see until the value becomes 55, our do while is going to get executed. First it is going to perform do block, then it is going to check the condition. If the condition is true, again it will go back, again it will go to the do. If the conditions become false, our entire loop is getting terminated. That is how the thing is going to happen. Okay, so I'll just save the program. So for break statement, you saw break statement outside you. So that means whenever I want to stop the, suppose I can just tell here itself, I'll say here lesser than 25. I'll just tell here if, I'll just tell condition if c is equal to 50. If c value becomes to 50, I want to break it, break, break. I want to break the loop. I will just tell like this, if c value becomes to 50, I want to break. You can see only 51, 50 till 50 it is only going to print it now. If I run the program, you can see 49 it is going to print, because first I am printing, then I am incrementing, right? So here 50 it is getting incremented. When 50 is equal to 50, it is getting break and it is not terminating any of the thing. So like this we can use within a do while. I can just use wherever we like, we can use the break statement by applying if condition. If something happens, I can just, if the particular condition matches, I can just put the break and terminate the entire thing. So that is the one thing. So I'll just comment out the code from here to here. So now let's see with the continue statement. So I'll use this statement. I'll just copy the above one. So again I'll just paste the same thing. So I'm said here, so if j value is equal to 100, it should, when I value becomes 50, it should break. I don't want to break, I want to just check one condition again. So I'll just check here. First condition I'm just going to check it. So I'll just cut and I'm just going to paste it here. So I'll just check one condition. I'll just check if the value of j becomes to equals to I'll just tell 25. So I want to print only, I'll just print only 30 numbers. If j value becomes to 25, j value is equals to 25, I just want to continue. The loop. I don't want to print it. That's it. So suppose if I want to skip any numbers whenever I'm dealing with the loop, suppose I want to skip something, I can use the continue statement. You can see it is going to print everything and only 24. You can see 24 is printed. When j value becomes to 25, it is just continuing. It is going back. It is going back to the for loop. Again, it is increment. So it is getting incremented. It is going back to the condition, checking 26 is lesser than 30. Yes. Now 26 is not equal to 25. So it is not going to this if block. It is just going to this particular system.out.println and it is going to print 26. So like this. Suppose if you want to skip something into a loops, so then I need to use a continue statement. So that is what that is the thing it is going to happen. Okay, so like this we can see about the loops and conditional statements. So we saw about the continue statements as well. So I hope you guys understood the if condition, if else condition, while loop, for loops and do while loops. So in the next session I am going to start with the concepts of arrays. You can access the notes and code, and the link has been provided in the description. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.